Supercross Live on SupercrossOnline.com. Houston in the books. Kevin Barnett, Jim Holley here, wrapping it up, man. Things coming apart at a rapid pace. We have to get this one done, Jim. It was a great day of racing. Interesting day from a standpoint of the track and practice. Lots of guys going down. And the track was a factor all day.
Well, you called it. You know, when we were up there, the track looked like, hey, man, it looks easy, but it was really hard tonight. I mean, you saw a lot of the top professionals going down in practices, heat races, Villopoto going down in a heat race. I mean, and that main event, the 450, I mean, a lot of guys got collected up right away.
All right, in the 250s, it was Jason Anderson coming in with the points lead after a number of weeks off. He had a 4-point lead. He extends that lead with a victory.
Yeah, you mentioned that. I think he's got an 11-point lead now going into Seattle. And you know, you looked at Cole Seeley and he got that whole shot in the heat race there, and Anderson finished up second. It's all on who got the start, and Anderson got the start. I mean, he didn't collect the whole shot. Jesse Nelson did. He collected $1,000 from Nuclear Cowboys, but Anderson led it, man, the whole 15 laps, and you know, he couldn't muster up more than a fourth, Cole Seeley, so he lost a lot of valuable points tonight. Dean
Wilson, who led in his heat race before he went down, actually gave a challenge to Anderson towards the end of the race, but unable to come up with the win. He was a little disappointed.
You know, disappointed but hurting. I mean, he hurt his shoulder. I mean, he's
partial separation is what Dean himself said.
Yeah, so I mean, for that, I mean, it was huge. I mean, and he, you know, adrenaline took over in that last lap. I mean, if Anderson would have made a mistake, Wilson was going to capitalize on it. But what a great ride for Malcolm Stewart, another third. Last time we saw him, February 6th, round 6 in San Diego there. He gets a 30, backs it up here again.
Right, Malcolm Stewart has lost no speed whatsoever. Cole Seeley in that 4th place spot, and down in 5th, Zach Osborne returning. Good return for the number 16.
Yeah, great ride for him. I mean, you know, he missed a lot of races with injuries, and with that time off, he looks good, and we'll see what happens in Seattle. Could be a game changer next week, depending on the weather.
In the 450 class, we've been treated to some tremendous racing this year, but that was not the case here in Houston tonight. All 5, the top 5, you could have written it down at about lap 5, and that's the way it ended.
Well, I mean, if you're Villopoto, you're happy. I mean, you win another one, you collect $1,500 from Nuclear Cowboys, you lead all 20 laps, and James Stewart was sick, you know, he didn't feel that good today, didn't ride that last final time practice, and he ended up getting 5th. He lost a lot of points to James Stewart. Dungey went down, you know, with Josh Grant and Weston Pike and everybody.
Kind of a nasty collision.
So, I mean, it just kind of fell in, but how about Barcia? I mean, he's got to be feeling good right now with a 2nd, 3rd podium in a row. And he won in Seattle last year, so maybe next weekend Barcia can get his 1st.
Behind him was Ken Roxon, and then 4th place you had Trey Kennard, who continues to look good in his return.
Yeah, 5th last week, a 4th now. He just seems to be going up. Maybe next week he can get back on that podium.
Yeah, will the racing be better? We can only hope so. A chart of the times, Jim, the distance from 1st on the 18th lap was 9, 18, 26, and 30 seconds. Ryan Villopoto kills the field here in Houston, extends his point lead, looking almost inevitable that he will become the 4-time consecutive defending champ.
It's looking that way.
All right, next week is Seattle. We'll, of course, have coverage for you, interviews, and more, as well as 3 hours of live streaming. We'll see you in Seattle.